Okay, guys, today we're going to be doing investigation 3.3 and 3.4. You will need your textbook open to page 52 and page 53. If you haven't done so, do it now. Okay, we're first going to fill out the EQ. I did leave it blank. It is on the board, so I'm going to go ahead and write it down. It is how can you divide fractions? So we've written down a process for dividing fractions, and we've also written down a process for dividing fractions in a whole number. We've done a whole number by a fraction. Today we're going to be doing a fraction by a whole number and then just dividing fractions. Okay, so on page 52 of your textbook, at the beginning it kind of introduces the topic. It says, at a recent school carnival, teams of students competed in contests. The members of each winning team shared prizes donated by store owners. Sharing the prizes leads to a new kind of division. As we're reading word problems, like I see that word shared, that definitely tells me I'm going to be dividing something up. I'm sharing it, so I'm splitting it up between people. Okay, so it looks like we have Miss Lee. It says Miss Lee gave peanuts as a prize for a relay race. The members of the winning team shared the peanuts equally among themselves. What fraction of a pound of peanuts does each team member get in each situation? We're going to use this diagram to kind of help us understand what we're doing. So the first one says that 4 students share 1/2 pounds, 1/2 of a pound of peanuts. Here, this square that we have, this is 1 whole pound of peanuts. So we know that they're sharing half of it. They're not sharing the whole thing. So how do you think that we should share half that pound with 4 students? Well, hopefully you were thinking that we could just split it up into 4 pieces. So one student would get this piece, another student would get this, a third one would get that, and then the 4th kid would get that piece. But the question is, what fraction of a pound? Well, this is half a pound, so we need to figure out what fraction is that of the whole entire pound of peanuts. Let's just look at what student 1 got. What fraction did he get of that whole entire pound of peanuts? I'm seeing that it's split into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and he got one of them. So each student gets 1/8. But we need to write a number sentence. We need to write a division sentence to be more specific on how we did that. What were we given? What did we start with? We started with a half a pound of the peanuts. And then we shared it and we split it with 4 kids. And we found out the answer was 1/8. Okay, if you did not write this in your notes, you should. Go ahead and take the time to write that down. Pause the video if you need to. Okay, so we're still dealing with the same scenario. I still have it on the screen so we can look back at it. But now we're looking at number 2, 3 students sharing 1/4 pound of peanuts. Again, we have a box. This is representing a whole entire pound, so we need to just only focus on 1/4 of a pound. I want you to pause the video, try to find an answer, and then answer the question on what you think your answer is, and then the video will resume. So hopefully you split your pound of peanuts into fourths and kind of just focused on this 1/4. And you have to share that or split that with 3 students. So I'm going to kind of draw it like there's my 3 students there. And I know we didn't use this part, but I got to figure out what fraction of a whole entire pound of peanuts. Well, let's just focus on this kid. They're getting 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1 out of 12. Well, we need to write a number sentence. So originally what we started with was the 1/4 pound of peanuts. And then we split it or shared it or divided it by 3 students. And we found our answer was 1/12. Go ahead and take time and make sure you write this in your notes if you haven't already. Okay, we're going to do a third example here. I know it says number 2, but that's okay. We're talking about 2 students sharing 3/4 pound of peanuts. So I want you to try this one on your own. Use the picture. Go. Okay, so we have 3/4. So again, we saw fourths like last time, but this time 3/4. Right? And then we're sharing that with 2 students. So I'm going to kind of split it, share it with 2 kids. And this one kid is getting this whole top part, and the other kid is getting this bottom part. So I'm just going to focus on what this guy's getting, right? He's getting everything that's boxed in orange. So he's getting 3 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's getting 3 out of 8. Now again, we need to write a number sentence, so I want you to try to write that on your own. Okay, so we started with 3/4 of a pound, and we shared it or divided it with 2 students, and we got the answer 3/8. Some of you might be noticing a pattern, and if you are, that's awesome. And if you're not, it's okay. I'm going to show it to you. Okay, so now I want you to take the time and write the process or the method that we came up with yesterday, and even some of us on Friday in class. Hopefully, you wrote in your notes, if there's a whole number put over 1. And the second step we came up with was find a common denominator. And then the third step was just divide the numerators. Great, so I'm actually going to be showing you a second method. This is the one that I was taught in school. I honestly don't have a favorite here. I like both. I think both work well. It just depends on which one you choose and which one you like. This method we could kind of see in some of our examples today. This is called, and some of you might have heard it in 5th grade or maybe from a parent, the keep, change, flip method. Okay, the keep, change, flip method means you keep the first number, you change the sign to multiplication, and then you flip the fraction over. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Let's say we have 3/4 and we're dividing it by 1/2. Well, following the keep, change, flip method, we would keep the first number, so 3/4. We would change the sign to multiplication, and then we would flip the fraction over. So I'm going to flip this fraction over. So instead of being 1/2, it's going to be 2/1. And now I'm just going to multiply straight across. We know how to do this. 3 times 2, 6, 4 times 1, 4, which gives us really 1 2/4, or if I simplify it, 1 1/2. I just want you to try out this method with 5, 6 divided by 1/3. Go ahead. Okay, so if you tried it, you probably did 5, 6, then you changed the sign to multiplication, and then you turned this fraction over to get 3/1. Multiplying straight across, 5 times 3 is 15, 6 times 1 is 6. Well, 6 can go into 15. 6 can go into 15 twice with 3 left over. 3, 6, which is still 2 1/2. Okay, we have a bunch of practice problems, about 10. You can choose whichever method you would like. Oh, really quickly, I wanted to show you on our examples from earlier, we had a problem. It was like 3/4 divided by 2, and we said the answer was 3/8. Well, if you do the keep change flip method, that would be 3/4 divided by 2/1, and then we would keep change flip it. So 3/4 times 1/2. We get 3/8. Same answer we got earlier. Now I want you to go ahead to the practice problems. I would like you to try all 10 of them, and then you're going to come back and the answers will be on the screen. Okay, so I'm going to have a link to show you my work so you can check your stuff, but I'm just going to go ahead and write the answer so really quickly you can get feedback. For number 1, I got 1/27. For number 2, I got 72. For number 3, I got 15. Number 4, I got 3 1/3. Number 5, I got 3/22. And then for number 6, I got the answer 1. Hopefully you got that. Anything divided by itself is just 1. Number 7, I got 7 1/2. Number 8, 1/72. Number 9, I got 7 1/2. It was really close to this one. The numbers kind of worked out that way. And then number 10 was 3 7/9. Okay, if you would like to see these worked out, I have the links provided for you. Pick whichever method you use. I have both there so you can see how I did it and check your work and kind of fix your mistakes. Have a great day.